Cal again, your everyday mystic. Having a chat today about the idea of how the language we use is so important when it comes to seeing life clearly. The language we use in this case, we're going to start with the language that divides us, be it black versus white, gay versus straight, Catholic versus Protestant, Palestinian versus Israeli, American versus Russian. It's all division. And they're all segregations and groupings designed to do one thing and one thing only. And that's to keep us apart. And in that, the language of division can never be the language of unity. The language we use to describe us versus them can never be the language that describes us as a whole. If we look at race to start with, skin color. Skin color is nothing more than an accident of the latitude you were born at on this planet. It's how close you are to the sun versus how close I am to the sun, determining how much melanin is in your skin. That's where we start. So it's just an accident of latitude. One tribe moved further than another tribe did. But we all started in the same place. We all started in Africa. There's a unity to that. But we can't have a unity to that as long as we see difference in skin color. We all bleed red. Every last one of us. We all have 2 eyes, 2 ears, 1 nose, 1 mouth. We all have 4 limbs. We're all humans. One species. That's it. Not many species. Oh, we're all different races. We're not. It's a human race. We're members of a human race. We're not members of the Irish race, the English race. That's just division. And that language cannot unite us. If you take feminism as an example, and yes, it's a controversial one that I'm going to use for a moment. Feminism looks for equality between men and women. But you can't have equality between men and women because we're not equal. We each have our strengths. We each have our weaknesses. We are supposed to complement each other. We're supposed to find unity in each other. We're supposed to find unity in recognizing what each person brings to the table. And that's why, as long as feminism is man versus woman, can't win. The fact that it's trying to win means that we're already creating a division because it's a competition. In competition, there's a winner and a loser. You can't have a winner and a loser in the unification of the human species. Can't be done because we all have to win. If we take white privilege creates a division in the eyes of the person who's using the term, and it's been used to denote the privileges enjoyed by white people that predominantly black people don't have, or people of color don't have. Again, it creates a division. What we need is to say we have a bunch of people who are predominantly white who have what everybody else is supposed to have. And then we have to start working towards removing the disadvantage that everybody else has, rather than crucifying the people who are white who have what everybody else should have. If you live in an area where being of color, being black, being Asian, being whatever, being Irish, if you happen to be in some parts of the world, if you live in an area like that where you are disadvantaged by virtue of your race, it's not white privilege then. It's your inherent disadvantage by virtue of your race. So what we have to try to do is create unity by removing race. Because there is only one race. It's a human race. But we can't do that as adults. We have to do that with children. We've got to start changing our language at the start. As soon as children begin to learn language, we have to change what that language says. It's the only way of making it work. When I describe a person as being black, it should just be a description of differentiating them in the same way as, oh, he wore a red coat. He wore a green blazer. Whatever. It shouldn't carry with it any demotion. It shouldn't denote that person as being different from me because of skin color or culture. It should simply be a non-entity. The fear that we've created around each other creates division. And we can't have that fear if we use language freely to include everyone. A woman is not my equal because of what she can do. She's my equal because of who she is. She's a human fucking being. A black person is not disadvantaged because of any other thing than my perception of them. Therefore, change my perception of them by changing how I see human fucking beings. Not black ones, white ones, Asian ones. Who cares? You're just human. In my life, in my family, and how I have taught, hopefully, my children, there is no room for the division of race, for the division of gender. I largely don't care what you are, who you are, what your culture is. As long as when I meet you, you meet me as a person. Just a person. That's it. I'm just a person. You're just a person. We're neither better nor worse than one another. We both bring wonderful talents, heritage, color, flavor to the table. We bring our cultures to the table, our experiences to the table. So it should be like tapas. We should all just bring something to the table and everybody can try it. There'll be things you don't like, things you do like. Doesn't mean you throw them off the table because you don't like them. You just go, that's okay, it's just not for me. There we go. It's not for me. It doesn't make it wrong. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're gender fluid, bisexual, transgender, don't care. You want to go for a bite to eat? Go for a bite to eat. You want to have a drink? We'll go for a drink. You go for a dance? Go for a dance. You're a human. Why do I care what you want to do or who you want to do it with? You're just a damn human. There is no division other than the choice to make one. So let's change our language. There are no gay people, there are just people. There are no black people, there are just people. Some people need more help than others. Some people are more disadvantaged than others, and some people are in a position of enjoying the better parts of this world. And as soon as we can shake everything up so that in every element of society, in every corner of the world, everybody looks at everybody else as just a person, then the better off and more evolved we will be. Just be people. I don't care. Love who you love. Sleep with who you want to sleep with. Have dinner with who you want to have dinner with. Allow people to be different. Allow. Celebrate. Celebrate people who are different. Because life would be awfully grey if everybody was the same. I think that Little Richard said it best when he said that you put sugar in your coffee, sprinkle cinnamon on your toast. You got to put a little sparkle into life. That's what our differences do. Because they're not really differences. They're just unique selling points. There you go. Unique selling points. They make us who we are, what we are. I suppose at the end of the day, you can take it further. You could say part of the language that we use is talking about mental health. What if I said there is no mental health? There's just health. You can't have mental health by itself. Physical health, psychological health, emotional health, all run hand in hand. Everything must be looked at as health. And that's where the holistic comes in. Holos, whole, everything. A holistic approach to life, a holistic approach to health, a holistic approach to other people. I see you as a whole person. I don't look at your differences from me because everybody's different. There are no two people that are the same. We may believe the same things in a general sense within a community, but within that, there will be a myriad of different opinions. So therefore, we're not the same. Oh, but we're the same race. And within that race, we have gay people, straight people, bi people, trans people, fluid people. We have people from Dublin, people from Cork, people from Kerry, people from Limerick, people from Tipperary, Carlow, wherever, Galway. They're all just people. They identify as the same as their community. And then in a larger sense, they'd identify as the same as Irish. Why not in a larger sense then just identify as human? And then start to work that back so that I'm a Tipperary human, a Munster human, an Irish human, a human of this planet. There we go. And we're back at the start. General idea is to create unity. We can't talk about division. There is no Republican versus Democrat. There's just humans. Everything else is an illusion. And that is the truth of it. We are just humans. And the truth will always be the truth. It doesn't need our participation. But the illusion does need our participation. the illusion that we are different from each other. That is something that we have to actively participate in. I've been very fortunate in my life to have mixed with a lot of different races and realize that at the end of the day, we all laugh at the same things. We all belch. We all get food caught in our teeth. We all love our families. We all understand humor, comedy. Even the Germans and the Dutch. Everybody gets it. We're not different. We're all the same. So let's start teaching our children from the start that there is no difference just because of what somebody looks like or what they believe. That doesn't make them different. That makes them unique. Just like you're unique, I'm unique. There is absolutely no difference between us. That's today's little thought. I hope you get something from these. If you do me a favor, share them. Subscribe to them for more. It won't hurt, promise.